Let me just say, it's great to talk to a voice actor like you, because in my future career, I'm going to be a voice actor and future animator. So I have a question to ask you, and I ask this to the other voice actors. What inspired you?
People told me I could make easy money, basically. No. Well, I started as an actor, a stage actor. I trained as a stage actor, and I still do on-camera work, a lot of on-camera work. And I actually fell into the voice business by accident. You want to hear that story? Anybody
Sure.
want to hear that story? This was early on in my career. It was probably 1980. And I was with a commercial agent that handled just on-camera commercials. And I used to see this mustachioed gentleman, rather rotund he was, and he would kind of go through the lobby into a side office every once in a while, and I would see him go in there, and I always wondered who he was. And so one day I walked in and I said, "Excuse me, who are you?" And he said, I'm Steve Tischerman. And I said, "And what do you do here?" He said, "I handle voiceover." I said, "And what is that?" He said, "Well, you know, even when you hear like an animated cartoon or a narration on a television show or whatever, when you don't see the person, that's voiceover." I said, "Oh, I can do that." And he said, yeah, I'm sure you can. And I said, "No, really, I'd be good." And for some weird reason, he said, "All right, I'll give you a chance." And one of the first auditions I went to was for a series called Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Yeah, and it was by Marvel Productions, and it was their first. It was the first time Marvel had actually taken one of their characters and produced the show themselves. This was an in-house production. They'd always farmed out the characters to other production companies before. So Stan Lee and the whole crew moved out. Everybody in town was up for that job, and somehow I ended up with it. I don't know how, and that really put me on the map of the voiceover world. And of course I worked with Frank Welker on that show, who played Iceman, Kathy Garver, who was Firestar, the incredible June Foray, who was Aunt May. Nobody like her. So it was a great training ground for me, because I had not really considered going into the voiceover portion of this business, and I had no idea exactly what it was. But if I were to give you advice as far as getting into the voiceover business, training is a very important part of it. And let me just mention, tomorrow, I don't know what time we're doing this, but we're going to do a How to Get into Voiceover seminar. If any of you are interested. I brought some scripts up with me, and we're going to do some readings, so I'll be able to torture you guys a little bit. So that should be fun. So that's tomorrow. So that's I would say just, it's at 12 noon tomorrow. So if you're interested in hearing about how you might make a living doing voiceover, God help you, stop by.
I am pretty much interested, but here's my second question. Now, are there any drawbacks of being a voice actor?
I guess the only drawback is you can't get a good table at a restaurant, because nobody knows who you are, unless you speak. There's not really, in fact, there's more pluses than minuses, which is why you see so many celebrities wanting to do it now. It's quick generally, it's fast, unless you're doing a Wally Burr session. It's fast, it's great money. You don't have to shower. And believe me, some of the people I've worked with have not in days. I'm convinced of it. I don't think there are many minuses to this part of the business, so I would encourage you to pursue it.
Thanks a lot.
I'm sorry?
I said thanks a lot.
Thank you. Technical difficulties, folks. Everybody, are we warm in here? Are we a little warm? Can we crank up the AC a little bit? Or bring in some big blocks of ice or something?